OMGesus, boys, girls, in-betweeners, we are back, and can we use the sands of time to erase that fucking bridge? So this is weird, like, Garrus gets a little makeover, and they can't even mention it, but it wasn't actually for anything, they just wanted to give him a new look.
Now, apparently, that guy, Garrus, has that thing going on where he gets a little stronger every time he dies. So, he's like Doomsday or something. But it doesn't really amount to much because he dies a real chump's death.
It does. Oh god, no. Yeah, it's so bad. I think we might see it in this episode, actually, where he dies, is that, like, he gets caught in chains and dragged off the boat, which would be fine, except that, like, he literally sees the chains about to fall on him and does nothing. He's just like, okay, yeah, hit me with the best shot.
I like how he's like, drowning won't kill me, and Ryan's like, sucks to be you then. This is a bottomless ocean.
Yeah. Although I suppose in hindsight, maybe he let the chains hit him because he's like so arrogant. He just wanted to show them that, like, yeah, this isn't really going to do anything.
If there'd been a bottom of the ocean, he could just wait until he got to the bottom, and then unchained himself and swam back up. But since there's no bottom, there's no real opportunity for him to stop and get the chains off himself. So he's just gonna be constantly dragged down, and the drag down of the anchor is going to keep him chained up for all of eternity. It's a pretty disturbing ending to think about for the guy, to be honest.
Falling forever, and oh, hey Frost, haven't seen you for a while. Again, this is one of those things that, like, was really weird, is that, like, there's a big part of this plot where they talk about the Cyber Initiative and how Frost has been cyberized and all that kind of business, but again, like, it doesn't really go anywhere, and the Cyber Initiative sort of came out of nowhere, and then they disappeared again, and it was just, yeah.
The Cyberlin Quay thing is, I think, a holdover from older Mortal Kombat plots, so they're kind of banking on people knowing what that's about. But I never played the games where that was a story element, so all I know is that at some weird point in classic Mortal Kombat history, during the Sprite days, they went insane and started making the ninjas into robots for some reason. I didn't actually know what the story significance of that was until this game brought the Cyberlin Quay factory in.
Yeah, I guess what sort of bothers me about it is that, like, Frost is, like, a character I've been playing a lot of, because I find her quite interesting, in the sense that, like, she chose, like, it sounds very much like she chose to be cyberized, and there's never any explanation for that why, and I just would have, like, because, you know, she obviously didn't get along with Sub-Zero, there was that, you know, that thing where she was very ambitious and wanted to usurp him and whatnot, but I don't know, to be fair, I have not played the part in 10 where she shows up, because apparently she does show up in 10, but it just doesn't really explain much to me, I guess.
The gist of it I got was Cyber Ninja Hissy Fit. So, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't want to fight, but I will beat the shit out of you. I don't know, like, when you become one of Kronika's cronies, like, it's like, do I have to wear this outfit? Do I have to wear this painfully skin-tight outfit? Can we just not? Can we skip that part?
I have an aesthetic and I will use it.
This is the company uniform. You will abide by the dress code.
I like how it comes with, like, it even has Kronika-style robot arms. Robot arms, no less, that end in flesh and blood looking hands. I mean, they're clearly robot arms. They've got the joints and everything, but his hands they look like they're made of skin.
Also, I fucking love Jax's killing blow. Fatal blow, I should say, sorry. Is like just where he just runs up, just beats you in the face and beats you in the gut. I just love that animation.
Well, it's just punch you over and over again until he just finishes you with a shotgun.
Yeah, which is simplistic, but just the way they do it just feels really satisfying to me for some reason.
It's not a shotgun, it's a hand cannon, I think. It, like, shoots some kind of explosive shell. It's like that, it's like the hand cannon from Wild Arms, actually. It's the same kind of gun. I'm not really sure what kind of gun that is, but it's got the same kind of look to it.
Yeah, some variety thereof.
Man, old Jax, you suck.
It has a similar look. It has a similar look, in fact, to Claire's rocket launcher in Resi 2. Rocket launcher, grenade launcher, not rocket launcher. What am I thinking?
And this is again like another like really sharp turn. It's like, Jax, you were not working for the good guys. You were working for the bad guys all along.
Da da da.
Well, Kronika very tactfully did not explain to Jax that her rewritten timeline would involve bringing back the person who turned him into a revenant in the first place. So, yeah.
Well, to be fair, old Jax isn't thinking very hard about this.
Yeah, he's not in the best mental state. There's a reason that he was honorably discharged from the military. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, yeah, there is that, yeah. She didn't lie to him, she just didn't really tell him the truth, either.
Yeah, she did that thing that some really cool sly fantasy villains will do, where they tell you the truth, but they twist the truth to suit their needs in a really sly way.
Yeah.
Hello again, Gyrus. How you doing? Seriously,
you got a fancy mask.
Seriously, lose the mask. It's not really working as far as your look goes.
Are you trying to be the White Power Ranger? Where's your tiger sword?
You know, actually, I was actually really thinking about that. There's a scene later on.
The subtitle says, "I died 1,000 deaths. 1,000 deaths."
Really? We got a typo in there. I'll have to check that.
Oh man, I didn't notice that while I was playing. I think I had subtitles off. I love it when subtitles mess up like that.
Yeah, I was thinking there's a scene later on, actually not far from here, where like the armies are running out of the ship and whatnot, and then like they're jumping off the edge of it. I'm like thinking, I was actually genuinely thinking to myself, like, this is some Super Sentai shit right here. This looks like just the bad guys, just like, yeah, like the wobbly guys from Power Rangers. Yeah. The putties, thank you, yeah, just like shaking their arms and running around and like just acting all dramatic.
You did all that fancy running and wall jumping, and I just boop you out of the
air. Good job, loser. So yeah, this is again another really interesting stage. The only thing is, like, this is one of the things that kind of bothers me about stages like this, though, is that like this and the other, the ship cove, where they're both like very red. And I don't know, this will be interesting to see whether guys feel the same way about this, but I have a problem with fighting games where when you're playing online against a real person, they require a tremendous amount of focus, and so you're really, really like locked on the screen, trying to like think of 1,000 things at once while following characters around the screen and whatnot. And if someone picks a costume which is the same color as the background, they turn to the fucking Predator, and I can't see them half the time because I'm concentrating on so much shit at once.
It happens sometimes. I think a big part of why it works in games like this is because the lighting engine in certain darker stages can make it harder for colors to pop than they would have in previous generations.
Yeah, I can't say, like, I will literally just not replay people if they're playing like a dark costume on a dark stage. It's like, no, just don't want to deal with this.
And that's when he realized he'd done goofed.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for continuing that running gag.
Oh, one of his arms was like caught up in the chains. He might not have had time to free himself, actually. Heavy chains. Okay, so we just fought the immortal demigod's golem thing, and we're going to end on you, Frost. I mean, you know, I just sent the climax to the bottom of the sea. You're the anti-climax.
You feel the hierarchy of power that's not being followed here.
You're also mostly a robot, and I control electricity. What chance do you have?
This feels like going from Mordor to the Scouring of the Shire, dude. I mean, threat level way down.
Farm with a shotgun.
And lead in with a jump. Idea against AI always works.
Yeah, well, actually, you'll see in the next episode, which is going to be the final episode, the fight against Chronica. I managed to get through this entire game without losing a single game until I got to Chronica, where it took me several attempts to beat her because, final boss, she cheats, you expect that. And in the end, like, I was losing because I was trying to, like, in all these matches, I try to at least mix up my combos and try and do different things. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but, like, I try to do the same thing. But literally, for Chronica, it's just like, I'm just going to do the same thing over and over and over again until you die, because I'm sick of fighting this out.
It really doesn't help that Chronica's story mode version is a bit harder than her arcade mode version, because in the arcade mode version, you only fight her for 1 round. Her fatality is freaking gruesome, by the way. But nice. in story mode, you have to beat her for 2 rounds, and it's not easy. I mean, she's not as big a headache as Brainiac in Injustice 2. God damn, that guy's an asshole. But she's up there.
Yeah, she's not Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 9. Because that was one, like, I literally could not get past that when I tried playing it the first time. I was just like, I probably tried 20 or 30 times, and it's like, you know what, fine, you can have this, I don't care.
I like how they're just like, hey, all the other Cyber Ninjas are, like, connected to this one ninja's brain, who was too stupid to just stay on the ship where she would be safe. So let's just fry her brain, and that'll solve all our problems. And it does.
She'll be fine.
That's the tamest fatality in Mortal Kombat history, though.
Like, more tame than Mortal Kombat vs. DC, where Batman just sticks like a sonic emitter on them and they get swarmed by bats.
Well, in Mortal Kombat vs. DC, they aren't fatalities; they're brutalities, I think.
Yeah,
something like that. Although brutalities in this game are just like less cinematic fatalities, so yeah. I like how this I'm going to suck my past self's soul out, but this can be done without it being a time paradox, presumably because he intends to put the soul back when he's done fighting the good guys.
It's kind of weird because he's still alive, clearly, after he's had his soul sucked out. It's like, okay, how does that work exactly?
Well, his body is a vegetable.
Does.
His body's a vegetable. As long as he puts his soul back, he can do this without, undoing his current existence. So, yeah. It's interesting. It's weird. It's stupid. And I think the game knows it because they zoom in on Zombie Liu Kang's shit-eating grin after he does it.
I'm sorry, I love this part here. Like, Liu Kang makes this incredibly dramatic entrance, and fucking Ryan is like, bitch, you think that was cool? Watch this. Here we go. So, okay, step to this, son.
I got ninjas on my side.
It's such a weird game of brinkmanship. It's, oh yeah, you better not fucking get into this shit. This is mine.
That cycle must end, Liu Kang. This time it will.
I kind of like Liu Kang is such a, older Liu Kang is such a dick. And it's like, does becoming a reverend make you a dick, or was he just like, I died, time to be an asshole?
Yeah, it's pretty much that.
It's a lesson you taught me, Raiden.
So I just imagine younger Liu Kang just in that chair as his soul gets sucked out, going being man, note to self, don't turn into an asshole.
Anyway, yeah, this is the lead-in to the final chapter, where we play as Fire God Liu Kang.
Which is pretty badass, to be fair.
Yeah. I like how that whole thing plays out. Even though, narratively and thematically, it's really questionable storytelling, the actual stuff that happens during it is pretty fun.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yeah, man, how are you feeling about everything going down here? You're seeing this for the first time. What's your impressions of all this?
Liu Kang has a very complicated situation right now.
This is going to take a lot of therapy to work out.
We don't believe in therapy. We just beat each other up constantly.
It's a therapist. I can just imagine him like lying there on a therapist's couch, and the therapist is like, "So your older self sucked at your soul, and you have issues with this that you need resolving."
That's one aspect of it, yes.
It's a good thing that was Liu Kang's zombie body, because like if it weren't, I don't think Liu Kang would be saving much after this.